Hey, this is Venk.
And I'm Jaya.
And welcome to the Reality Hate I can't. Oh, do I record on the computer or do I record on the cloud?
I just record right here.
4, 3, 2, 1. This is Venk.
And I'm Jaya.
And welcome to the Reality Hate This is episode 3, Jaya?
Right.
Episode 3, Jaya? But we're covering episode 7 and 8 of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
Yes, it's so boring. So boring. I mean, we're locked down and bored, and we're even more bored. So boring. Bored by a terrible show.
You would think it's only 45 minutes long.
But it feels longer and painful. Why are we watching? Because I can't stop.
This is what we were born for, you know.
Yeah.
Being fabulous and reality television. Early in our pre-tape conversation, you were talking about wanting to discuss a little bit about Whitney.
Yes. Okay. So this last episode that we watched, and the week before, we see a little bit more of Whitney's dad. He goes into sober living. He is a character, huh? He is a total character. That hair. I'm sorry. I know he was a stylist back in the day, but
what stylist? I'm a stylist. 1, 2, 3, glamour.
Hairstylist.
Yeah, right? He's a hairstylist. What decade was he in?
I don't know, because what color is that hair and what is going on? It looks like a wig. I can't get over it every time I see him.
Wait a minute. What if it is?
It's not a wig. I don't think it's a wig, but like,
please let us manufacture. Let's manufacture some drama.
It looks like Frankenstein hair. Like it looks, or like, you know what I mean? Like it's like, or like a crazy like Lego. It looks like this. It looks like this.
If that isn't the hottest thing I've ever seen, I don't know what it is.
Isn't it though? So, yeah, but like that's the hairstyle. Am I right?
I mean, you're not wrong.
It's like that. But also he talked on, so that last week 7, then this week 8, he's in sober living. He's not happy. He's like, I'm going to move out. I'm going to move out. That's it. I can't live with a roommate. And also, I want to open my own hair salon and start cutting hair again.
I thought it was a step program, and step isn't take one step and then another step to a salon. And then he wants his daughter to pay for it. Honey girl, no.
Wants his daughter to pay for it. Like, I find that insane.
It's mind-boggling.
So he did like a week in sober living, or 2 weeks.
That's not anything. That's not progress.
He's ready to start his own salon. Also, like, maybe you should like get up to date with some books or something about what the hairstyles of in 2021 are.
He's going to be giving everybody the Clooney when George Clooney was in ER. Do you remember the Roman cut
and
from
the Jennifer Aniston?
Yeah, exactly. No. Whitney, again, she's not somebody that brings a lot to the show, but I find her sweet and it's enjoyable to watch her, but she's not bringing anything. Is that a weird thing to say? Or no,
what she brings is belly shots, and she brings
and pole dancing.
She brings a lot of pole dancing. We learned some Jen drama. Well, Jen creating drama, Jen Shaw, during a pole dancing session last week.
Oh my God.
But she brings her father with the haircut.
And I think that's a theme of Real Housewives of SLC, because a lot of the secondary characters are more interesting. I mean, again, let's get back to Bookmark. I mean, Bookmark, there we have it. Meredith is interesting, but Bookmark is your favorite. Moving on, let's get to
Jen Shaw.
Here's all I gotta say about it is such Jen Shaw
Jen Shaw.
Jen Shaw is jumping the shark on her first season of her first reality show.
I agree.
If I could shake her and be like, you're trying to be Lisa Vanderpump.
It's the Vanderpumps.
But you're doing it so wrong. You want to be the manipulative, puppeteer, exactly. You want to be this person, but yet you're doing it so poorly. And also you're not even, okay. We can see it. We can see it. You're not going to last on the show if you continue being so blatantly obvious with your bad story, trying to make a story situation.
Yes. I mean, first of all, she's crazy, right? She's
out of her mind.
So last week, let's tell them, since some of them may not watch and they just listen to our, highlights.
Mm-hmm.
So last week in episode 7, Jen Shaw went over to Whitney's house for a pole dancing sesh, like we all do. When COVID's over, I want you to come over for a pole dancing sesh.
I'll be in that pole, okay?
Have you ever done it? I took one class.
No.
And you know who taught me? The little sister from My So-Called Life.
Who was the little sister of Claire Danes?
The little sister of Claire Danes from My So-Called Life. She taught me.
Anything else?
What?
Was she in any?
Probably. I don't remember. I just recognized her from that. And she was our teacher. It was a private class I took with a few friends. We had to wear bras and underwear. They gave us heels and we could bring alcohol. So we were drinking, sliding up and down a pole. Looking back, I'm like, worst combination ever, but also it's so hard. I was bruised all over the place.
Dancers, erotic dancers, are some of the hardest working people on earth. They deserve every dollar they get. So Jen Shaw
comes over for a sesh. She pole dances or attempts. Jen's not a pole dancer. And then she drops at the end of the session, the little hangout, that Meredith Marks, the woman with the eyebrows.
Can we talk about later in the jacuzzi? Those, I saw the eyebrows. When you see them up
close, I was like, hope those babies don't wash off.
They're dangerous.
That Meredith Marks was maybe having an affair, that maybe had a side piece. She saw someone at a New York fashion show. She went to go support Meredith, and there was a guy there, and they seemed as if they were in a relationship, right?
And so she said it more than once.
Right. She's trying to stir trouble.
And how two-faced is she? She's one of the most two-faced, blatantly two-faced. I mean, we've had multiple housewives. We've had multiple franchises. But it's like she is playing the short game, and that's not the game that gets you $1 million a year.
She's gonna have so many enemies. Yeah, she's gonna have so many enemies, and she's like right out of the gate. Although I've seen some housewives go on with just make it like, I don't know if you ever watched The Real Housewives of Dallas. I stoop so low. Oh my gosh. I stoop low? You don't even know. I'll watch if it says Real Housewives. I'm like, I'll try it. But so she is one that kept going right out of the gates. Was like a troublemaker. Was aggressive. Was just like Jen Shaw. I mean, she's not going to be on this next season. She did herself into a corner. She was also extremely offensive, but she got there. And Jen Shaw's that's where she's headed. And so she's saying this, and I think it's she's wounded, right? So Meredith stood up to her, was like, I have boundaries with you. I know you're needy, but we're not having a sleepover, and I'm not comfortable with this relationship, right? B, I'm not taking sides. I Mary Cosby.
I'm Bill Cosby.
Wait, you literally, that's exactly the reason why she did it.
Well,
I wasn't even thinking.
Well, there's that. That's one of the reasons, right? So relationship wounded, Jen Shaw's going to hurt, right? B, Jen Shaw's relationship is in the shitter. Whether she's acting like her husband came on episode 8. So episode 7, we find that they don't have a good relationship, that Jen's husband was about to leave her. Episode 8, he's suddenly in the picture. We've seen this before. Hello, Kelsey Grammer.
Thank you. Kelsey
right?
Grammer.
So here he is in the picture talking nicely about Jen, yada, yada, yada. They have a terrible relationship, right? It's not in a good place.
They do.
So she's going to tear down everybody else's relationship, right? Meredith Marks, easy target.
Easy. Yeah. And Meredith Marks has absolutely no idea that this is happening to her. It's such a crappy thing to do.
I know. Like, she's just setting fire. She's like, hey, did you know? Hey, did you know? Apparently there's a photo. I feel like there was a photo somewhere.
Maybe there is, but
they haven't seen it.
If Jen Shah wants to create controversy, let's stay on the show. She has to do it smarter. Yes, you mentioned Real Housewives of Dallas chick. I've never seen the show. Can't comment. But I do know Brandy Glanville and her history. And she came on Beverly Hills and she came on Private Country, but there was still a vulnerability to her.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. Like, that you felt for her, but you also knew that she was out of sorts. But you still cared.
Well, Jen thinks she's being vulnerable by talking about her relationship, which I think she kind of stepped to it and kind of like stepped up to the plate and was like, look, my relationship isn't in a great place, because that would come out anyway, right? We'd eventually figure that out. I think we already had, right? Where's the husband? He's gone all the time. But she's not being vulnerable. She's just being mean, and she doesn't look good, you know? So, yeah, those are my thoughts. Next week looks real interesting because Jen Shah gets possibly violent.
I feel so bad, but like, if you want this show to continue, bravo, I'm talking to you.
Seriously.
If you want the show to continue, I guess you have to up the stakes to actual physical violence. Didn't need that.
I mean, it's happening. But no, we had no Mary Cosby this week.
I'm Bill Cosby.
Like, she was out of the picture. Next week, she's being left out by Jen Shah. We see a preview of like Mary Cosby, like tears. But Mary Cosby, like, aside from being like married to her step-grandfather,
there's nothing.
I mean, like, she doesn't really have anything else going on, you know? Like, I kind of forget. The only thing I
want her to marry
step-grandfather. I mean, this week she wasn't even episode 8. She wasn't there. We never really saw her.
I want her, maybe if she married her step-grandson, like, which is probably very likely, it could happen.
Well, maybe her son could marry her.
I don't think the show is going to last long enough for Mary Cosby to marry her.
I don't either. I feel like this is going to be like Miami or like DC, like the... But
DC is actually interesting because he had somebody going into the party with President Obama. Like, that was interesting. But that spiraled into Potomac, so we good.
Yeah, exactly. But DC itself didn't hold up. Miami didn't hold up. I feel like Salt Lake City, I mean, it's interesting because, I mean, they're all Mormon and Muslim. And Christian, I guess. Baptist?
I don't think she's Baptist. It doesn't matter. We would be able to go on this reality show and already start some drama. I think that both of us are super, I mean, I'll speak for myself. I'm excited to see this tension build, but my forecast is it's going to be a lot of no substance.
Yeah, I feel like next week looks like it's actually going to be an episode that's interesting, since the first 8 have not been interesting, aside from the step-grandfather. Whitney's dad's hair.
We'll find out if I guess it's #Cheatgate coming up.
That's right.
Old story, same story.
over and over and over. Heather, the only thing about Heather, I'll give a quick, Heather came to terms with whether she actually wants to be a practicing Mormon with her daughters. She feels shunned from the church because she got a divorce, but she has a successful business. I mean, it's fine. It's just, I don't care.
It's not a show.
So I'm home on lockdown, Bravo. So give it to me. Give it to me.
I had to last.
Give it to me.
I had to last.
Give it to me.
I had to last.
Give it to me.
And I think that was maybe one of the best recaps anyone could have ever done on the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, episodes 7 and 8. Again, I'm Vank.
I'm Jaya.
And this is the Reality Hate.
That was great.
That was amazing. I'm going to take a picture of us.
And he has a really awful haircut. I mean, that haircut. I will not get over it. We're going to have to show a picture.